see here. Um, okay. Um, the video is entitled. I should have just went. Black people has a white Caucasian mindset, part six. Black people has a white Caucasian mindset, part six. And basically, you know what? This is really a video from the update. This is an update video from the one I did October 28th, I believe, 2021. I went just literally just got finished watching the old video. And if you want me to link the video, the old video is 3 years old. I will link it down below. I did one. This was when we were staying in apartments called Contemporary Lane. And you can see me on the side of the apartment. The wind, you probably can see the wind was kind of blowing. They had the other apartment building next to it, but I had my camera on the side of the apartment. You see what I'm saying? But the reason, well, I knew I was going to eventually make another one anyway. Black people has a white Caucasian mindset, part six. That's right. I saw something today in 2025. Like I talked about how, no, I said this in a video I did earlier today. It's 9 minutes and something long. I said I cannot stand a Uncle Tom and a coon, a sellout coon. I cannot stand a Uncle Tom sellout coon. The video is down below. It's a regular video. Don't click on the live. Click on the regular videos. Where it say videos, you'll see it. It's just a regular video. It wasn't no live. It's just me straight recording from the regular camera. But and over here, I talked about how I really didn't want to move over in here. I definitely talked about that one. I really didn't want. The only thing that I like about being in here, everything is convenient and it's closer to a store. You know what I'm saying? Everything is closer to the store. But I saw how our people, the mindset that they have. I remember one day, um, like now, I never owned transportation, right? Okay. Now, with me taking care of my family members, I mean, my mother, or well, I'm just gonna say my mother. I didn't want to say that, but to make it seem like okay, he just like nah. But I'm gonna go ahead and just get my mother. People in this day and age don't care about our elderly people. When you look at our people, how conditioned our people are, when they get a job, a high job, like working for whether if it's a high maintenance person who fix and prepare things in apartments, and when they on call, they have a busted faucet or something. The 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 man who works in here as a main works in apartment complex as a maintenance person or whatever. It's like they energy shift when they working for the so-called white man, um, to satisfy them. The thing about our people, when they have that white Caucasian mindset the way that they do, they're not going to care how you feel. They're not going to care about if you got a loved one or older family member or something like that. They not gonna have no kind of compassion at all for you at all. They not gonna have no compassion for your your poor income that you're getting. If they decide that they want to go up on rent and go up on the utilities, as far as supporting a apartment organization, and you don't have it, and you've been faithful the whole time, and you've been actually paying them on time and stuff like that. When it comes to stuff like that, yo, for one, we know the oppressor don't give a damn. The so-called white man, the enemy, and the Chinese people is your enemy too. The Japanese people is our enemy too. So don't get that twisted now, because all of them are the sons and the daughters of the slave masters. You see what I'm saying? Um, when you look at how they like, if you go, like, I was in a situation where I said, wait a minute, can this senior citizen get, by them being, they don't care about them being sick or somebody being sick and stuff, can they get on like a, they don't have no programs where they can get on uh, a a cheaper plan or something, or something that they can afford? They'll tell you no. They don't have, it's like they don't have no kind of mercy. And really, to tell you the truth, it's really all about, that's right, Money. That's right. That's really what it's all about. Uncle Tom is a person that I cannot stand. I can't even, if I find out you're Uncle Tom, I'm not gonna even speak to you. No. What am I going to gain engaging you? Nothing. You have the same spirit and mindset as your oppressor, which is what this title is. Black people has a white Caucasian mindset, part 6. I don't want you, I don't give a damn what type of person you is. Bankless man working for the so and so, whatever. I don't care what you telling me or whatever. You come off this whatever, dissing or disrespect. If I feel like I need to stand up, I'm definitely going to stand up. You know, I stand up against the so-called white man. Matter of fact, let me throw this in there, and which they know that I'm not a part of. Cause see me, I don't deal with a lot of people. You see what I'm saying? I just don't. You know what I mean? It's just this. The smaller your circle is, especially if you're trying to do it the Most High God's way, you ain't gonna have many friends with them when you set apart from the mindset that they have. I don't. I hate. I just don't. It makes me sick to the stomach is to be around an enemy. It makes me sick to a stomach, especially the so-called white man. It makes me sick to the stomach is to be around a Uncle Tom. I cannot stand it. Even look at him. I don't like them. I don't want them around me. Period. You're dangerous. You see what I'm saying? You're plumb dangerous. You're a snitch. Somebody told me the other day, we was talking about walking away from a situation and not be in danger or whatever. And they told me, right, sometimes the enemy will use a certain thing against you because you trying to be there for your loved one, and the devil will come and use the so-called white man. Those are the main people or whatever. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna sit up there and the best thing for you to do, this is what this person told me. Let the law handle it. Well, you gonna let the law handle it because they can do this and that. I say, first and foremost, I don't even believe in calling the so-called corrupt law. How in the world is the so-called white man you gonna call them up about your child being violated by somebody when they, in essence, their people is the author of that? They is the author of demons. They is the author of all of that type of stuff. Look at the Roman Catholic Church. Go in the name of God and stuff, forcing Christianity upon the people. But it's perverts and pedos and stuff. You see what I'm saying? But you enforcing that. You encouraging, talking about like so-called America. They don't, you so-called white people is not even in a position to even sit up there and say, well, it's against the law to do this and against the law to do that. Because first of all, y'all ancestors came over here and colonized this country. Y'all came over here, the so-called white men, they came over and colonized this whole country. So how you gonna be in a position? You ain't even in a position to even call yourself arresting somebody, because arresting somebody, y'all need to be arrested. All so-called white people, including so-called white kids, all of they need to be arrested. Really, to be honest with you, because they are the ones that are on stolen land. If you think about it, you go around and you rape, rob, and murder and take advantage of blacks, Hispanic, Native American, and then turn around and shoot out people down in the streets and stuff like that. And you talk about crime scene and going into your court system and stuff and how corrupt your court system is. Talking about going for child support, the law, the judge told me to do well. They not even in a position. How you gonna uphold the law and you is the very thing that you claim that you against, but you promote it. You promote evil at the same time. The so-called white men, all they do is promote evil. And our people just sit up here and just work on the police. I don't understand. How can you turn around and sit up there and work on a so-called police department, or I'm gonna call the police or whatever? What you call it? You calling another damn? You calling another demon child molester? That's what you calling. How they gonna solve your problem? They got this Uncle Tom on YouTube. His name starts with a T. Everybody know him. He said, and I'm gonna quote his words. His name starts with a T, and he's been on YouTube for a decade. He is an Uncle Tom. He's the definition of he's a slave. He really is. He has a European mindset. He is a perfect example of a European mindset. All you got to do is listen to his conversation, and the first couple of questions you ain't gonna have no doubt in your mind. You gonna know it when you listen to him. His name starts with a T. Yes, his name starts with a T. You see what I'm saying? And he said that if so-called white people were so bad, they let you say whatever you want to say on online or on YouTube, but they don't get mad and try to come after you and stalk you and come and threaten to do stuff to you. They let you say whatever you want online and this and that and the third and all that kind of stuff, and this and that and the third or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Trying to justify his point of, I guess, saying if so-called white people were so bad, why you want to lump all of them in there and just making up all kinds of excuses for these people when you literally got the Bible tells you that in Jeremiah chapter 30 and 16, all they that devour thee shall be devoured. You go and look in the book of Amos chapter 1 verses 10 and 11, saying that he gonna punish Edom for all the transgressions of the sins. He will not take away the punishment thereof. You see what I'm saying? Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and that's going into Esau. His brother talking about the black and the brown, the Jacob in the Bible. The black and the brown people is Jacob in the Bible. When you read about Jacob and Esau, Esau is the biblical name for the so-called white man, and Jacob is the progenitor of the so-called black and Hispanics and Native Americans. That's who they are, or whatever. And say if they were so bad, well, they know it's right. That's the key word right there. They know it's right what you say about it. They know you're right. So what they gonna come after you for? And you right. They know that you're right. You see what I'm saying? But that's his justification for sitting up there saying, well, if so-called white, they let you get on the, they'll say things, just disgusting, sick thing. They let you get on a white man's internet and say what you want, and your videos stay up, and they don't come flag you, they don't come messing with you, they don't do none of this stuff. But what the hell are you supposed to say then? So that's supposed to make them good, mister? That's supposed to make them good? And all you do is get online and talk about your own people all the time. That's all you do. It's best not to even trust a lot. I can imagine what Brother Captain Desert y'all go through. If I was him, I wouldn't be entertaining all them people. And I'm gonna prove why I said what I said out the Bible. You don't have to prove nothing to nobody. You don't have to get involved with all them different groups and be. What is it? What is it to debate about when you see evident about people out here doing this here with the so-called white man? Well, well, let me tell you something. The so-called white man, like, let's go back to this brother that said this. His name starts with a T. If white people were so bad, they would they let you say whatever you want to say on a so-called white man's internet. No, it's the Most High owns it. You see what I'm saying? The white man's internet. And you put up whatever you want to say. You say whatever you want to say about him. You can call him. He said something like calling them crackers and devils and all that kind of stuff. But they don't come after you. They don't come messing with your stuff, do they? And all that. No, they may not do it physically and come after you. They may not just physically just say, oh, we're gonna come and do this to your videos and come to your house and shoot you and kill you or whatever. But they doing it in another way, mister. They doing it in another way. Look at Sonia Mass. This woman was calling for protection around her house. And when the so-called, if you go and you look at the video, and I will put the video, link the videos into this down below when I'm done. Or whatever. The so-called, you saw them white folks was talking to her, like, what do you want? Well, like they was like, we didn't see anything, and the way they was just talking to her, you can see the hatred and the prejudice and the racism and the hatred that's coming out of Esau. You can see the evil and the hatred in them. Because if you go watch the video, I'm gonna put it down below and go watch that video. And you're going to see the hatred that they have. Look how they killed Sonia. And then this person, you know what else this person said? He wished that, how he said this in? ISIS can go in the hood and destroy all black women, the so-called black. Yes, we got a problem with us. Yes, okay, yes, we do. But what the hell I look like getting in my video sitting up here talking about where is ISIS when you need him? Where is Darren Wilson? What's his Darren Wilson that shot Mike Brown when you need him? How you gonna get it? It ain't no way in the world that I'm gonna sit up there and bring somebody like that on my platform and sit up and be talking to him. And you just got getting online and speaking like this in. You definitely is a Caucasian. You like what they do, not realizing that they will take and blow you into a million pieces if they could. If the opportunity presents itself, and you go get out there on the highway with no driver's license and no insurance on their car road, and you're gonna see exactly how much your ass gonna be loved by 'em. We're gonna see exactly how much love they gonna love your ass all right. Them so-called white folk, they gonna love you all right. They gonna love your ass with a damn a piece of ticket paper. With a paper. It starts with a T. And you know what that means. The T, it means a ticket. That's the love they're gonna give you. You gonna see, you'll find out, you will find out at the end of the day how much your ass is loved by 'em. You're gonna find out exactly how much you fucking love by a so-called white man pulling you over in their car, in them cars. Get out there with no driver's license and no insurance and get on the road and see what's gonna happen. And you're gonna find out just how much you love. Because in their mind, yeah, we love your ass all right. That's how they saying. We love your ass of color all right. Yeah, we love you all right. Get out there and get out of line on the highway and do whatever. And you're gonna see exactly how much love you're gonna see. You're gonna see some love, all right. They'll tow your damn car and tow you into a sale. You'll find out just how much Esau love your ass. Anybody who sit and you Uncle Tom that work on the so-called police department and in the damn military, because all that's white man stuff anyway, and y'all ain't nothing but the slave, and he the slave master. The slave masters created military, all that type of stuff. You talking about how much they love you. They got a so-called, and I don't deal with them. They got this so-called white man and Walmart white woman. This so-called white man, they be at the registers where the cash register is. You can see the hatred and demons in that so-called white man. I told him straight up one day. I said, "Don't put me in this damn line over here, in this long ass line like that." He thought that he was gonna be able to just put me in a long damn line, and I was gonna sit up there and I wasn't gonna tell his ass nothing. But I told him, I said, "Don't you put me in this damn long ass line, no damn more." I said it straight up, because I like to be upfront with people. You see what I'm saying? I told this so-called white man. Now I wouldn't have did it to a brother, but I sure did it to a so-called white man. I let him know in front of all them people. Don't do that shit to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm gonna say I'm not gonna take your shit. Why would I have love for the so-called white man? Why would I have love for the so-called white woman, white man, woman, and child? I do not. Why? Why would I have love for my enemy? Tell me that. Why would I have love for an enemy? Somebody who would take and blow you into a million pieces, hang you from a damn tree if they could, take you off somewhere and take their guns or whatever and just shoot you all up like you a damn animal or something. They don't even do animals like that. And the Uncle Toms is just as bad as they is. So why would you have love for Uncle Tom? No. Why would I? You tell me that. Why would I have love for a demonic person? That's just like you might as well go out there. You might as well just love killers and rapists and pedophiles. You might as well. If you're married mainly to the so-called white man, if you black man, if you with a so-called white woman, You see what I'm saying? And black woman, if you with a so-called white man, you might as well you might as well just marry the damn demon. You done married a demon. You done married the devil's child. You might as well not even be against all the evil that America stands for. I mean, so-called America. America is white is a white man's name anyway, and Africa is another white man's name. So when you call yourself an African American, you calling yourself after two white men. No, so-called black woman, you married to a damn demon. You married to a demon. That's what you're married to. I'm telling you the truth. You're married to a demon. Hold on, let me get my Bible because I said I was gonna prove some things. Why? Now, the reason why I'm speaking like this here. Look at Sonya Mad. This didn't happen back in 1948. This didn't even happen in the early 2000s. This shit just happened in 2024 with Sonya Mass. Go watch the video. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take time and I'm gonna put the link down in the description box. That's what I'm gonna do. I am. While I'm live, I probably do it now while I'm live. Sonya Mass was shot by a so-called white man. Sonya Mass was shot by a so-called white man. Let's see here. Sonya Mass called the police because she thought something was around her house and she was shot by the police departments. Might pop up now. Yeah. I think that, hold on. I might have to look for it when I get up off of here. Sonya Mass told the people, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And they shot, the officers shot, so-called officers. I think this is it right here. One of them, this is a little small piece. Hold on. It's the video, but I want to get the one where okay, I want to get the one that was long where you can see exactly what they did. They look like they done. I didn't know it was gonna take that long. I thought I was gonna be able to like go to it. We shot him. And, okay. Hold on. I want to do this here right quick. The shooting death of Sonia Mass. Yeah. Okay. While I'm waiting on that advertising to get up off of that, why would I love those type of people that kills my people like that on a day-to-day basis? You tell me that. Now I'm literally sitting here looking at the video. This is it, right? This is one right here. I can send this video or whatever. And you think I'm supposed to sit up here and have love? Now, like I said, somebody asked me yesterday as a brother, what did they do to you personally? I'm finna answer this question. I'm finna answer it according to the Bible. He probably ain't gonna watch the whole video because he say I was cussing, but cussing and cursing is two different things. I don't know why. That's why I'm so glad I left the Christian church. I'm serious. Because Christian church then just done brainwashed us. Now, what does it mean to deceive people and brainwash people? Brainwash people means you have the ability and the gift to be able to make people believe whatever you want them to believe. Now, what I'm fixing to do right now, I'm fixing to go on to that channel, the one I'm live on right now, and I'm gonna post this link right now in the bio. I'm in the description box. I'm probably ain't gonna be able to. Let's see. I'm gonna have to probably wait and then post it. But yeah, I can't really. Man, I can't stand Uncle Tom. I really can't. But yeah. But here's going back to my point. What is you gain? That's just like turn around. Would you love a woman who is not really into you like that, but you in love? It would it make any sense? No, it wouldn't. Why would you be into somebody who's not into you? So this and this is how Esau, the white man, have conditioned our minds because we live in here in so-called America, right? So you naturally going to believe the things that they do. If you grew up, it's just like Moses. Okay, oh, I forgot. Let me get the scripture that I was going to read. The brother asked the question, what did the so-called white man do to you personally? Well, I'm fixing to get to the answer. I'm gonna go to Genesis chapter 15, and I'm gonna read verse 15, 16, one of them. 15 and let's start at verse 13. And he said unto Abram, talking about the Israelites, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, that talking about our people, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Afflict them means oppress you, target you, shoot you down in the streets. afflict you. Look how they did Sonya Mass. They killed them. Now them other people is tormented. They in affliction, trials. Now, and also that nation. Now, see, God deals with nations. He don't deal with people individually. Now, I don't know why people saying individually. It's not individually. God deals with people as nations. Look what it says here. And also that nation. He didn't say also that individual, one person. That's verse 14, Genesis chapter 15 and verse 14. And also that nation whom they shall serve, I will judge. That means you're going to reap what the hell you sow. If you put a black, or Hispanic, or Native American person into slavery against their will, rape, rob, and murder, go around and they're like the white man did, took every other person, everybody's resources, stole them and made it your own, you're going to pay for it. That means you're going to be arrested for your crimes by God. That's what it means. If you go and you read Isaiah chapter 14 and 21, he says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their father. Prepare what does slaughter mean? Look it up. It means a massive killing. It means killing. That's what that word slaughter means. And also that nation whom they shall serve, I will judge. And afterwards shall they come out with great substance. That means we go through a lot of pain. You see what I'm saying? He said that nation. That means God judges you by nation. He don't judge you. He say, oh, it's an individual thing. That's what religion done taught our people. That's what Christianity told our people. But the Bible says something different. See, if you tell me God, everybody gonna stand, well, what you talking about is just an individual thing and this and that. It ain't no such thing as that. The Bible says nations. That means if you say individual, that means you disagree with God. The Bible ain't saying the same. It ain't saying what you said. No. It says he deals with people as a nation. It's not about what one individual did. It's about what they did as a nation. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what it's all about. So let's go to Revelation. Revelation chapter 2 and 27. Let's read that. 26, 27. Okay. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I have received of my Father. They will be broken to shivers. Now, that sounds like it don't sound, when you rule somebody with a rod of iron, there's nothing good about that. You're gonna own them. You know how the so-called white man, they took and they beat our people with the whip, and they beat them till their back was like, you know how they beat the slave. That rod represents the Israelites gonna be in the kingdom ruling the slaves. And if they get out of line, God is gonna give you permission is to beat the hell out of them. That's what that's talking about. Now let's go to Psalms chapter 1, and we're gonna get an example of that. Psalms chapter 1 and verse, I think it's 8. Yeah. Psalms 1 and 8. Let me blow this thing up. Okay. Psalms 1 and 8. I can quote it from my mind, but I'd rather just read it. It ain't nothing like reading, but some people still need to see it. People don't take time and read Psalms chapter 1 and verse 8. I think it acts, yeah, here it is. Acts of me, and I shall give thee the heathen. Heathens is those who are not Israelites. For thy inheritance, I will give you the heathen for your inheritance. That means he'll give you them as a possession. You'll own them. What did I just read in Revelation 2 and 27? He shall rule them with a rod of iron. So it's going to be a hierarchy in heaven. Hierarchy means it's going to be the Israelites going to be the higher entity, while you're going to have those who, like, think about it. Do y'all accept I mean, like, do y'all know that they had slaves in Egypt? Y'all know they had slaves in Egypt, right? Slaves, Egypt is another word for bondage or slavery. That's what it is. Egypt means slavery. That's what Egypt means. Slavery, bondage. And nobody went through that but the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, or the Negroes, right? No other nation went through those atrocities, not like the so-called black man and black woman and child and the so-called Mexicans and the Puerto Ricans and stuff. All those are the real Jews. You know? Psalms 1 and 8, it says, Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. What does possession mean? Possession means when you own something. You possess it means you own it. Just like if you go to the store and you buy a phone, you buy whatever, that's your possession. Once you buy it, you do what you want with it. You see what I'm saying? That's how it works. Yeah. That's literally how it works. So, black people have a white Caucasian mindset. And they do. That's what I entitled the video. Black people has a white Caucasian mindset, part 6. I think I accidentally said something different. I have to go back and look at what I said. Black people has a white Caucasian mindset, part 6. So I'm gonna get up out of here. This one here is longer, but it's an update one from the other ones from years ago. So I'm gonna get up out of here, and that's the take on. That's the truth about this situation. All right.